New gear, new gadgets for this backpacking season. Fall is coming up, so let's take a look at exactly what I picked up. What's going down, everyone? Rob here, rpelton1. Thanks for clicking that watch button. I greatly appreciate it. On this channel, I do a lot of backpacking, a lot of camping, a lot of hammock camping trips. I do a lot of gear reviews and gadget reviews, all this outdoor stuff. So if you're new here, consider subscribing right down there so you don't miss any of the videos that I have coming up. And today, we're looking at all of the new gear and gadget items that I picked up for this backpacking season. Now, the season for me is fall into winter. So a lot of this stuff is replacing old stuff, but a lot of it is brand new. So let's just dive right in. First things first, my water filtration system. I used the Sawyer squeeze. It didn't work out very well for me. I had to carry adapters and all this kind of stuff. And it didn't even filter that fast for me. It was kind of pissing me off. So, did some research and I found the Be Free from Katadyn. And this thing, I'll tell you what, it's a 3-liter dirty water bag and it filters right through the cap. And the flow rate on this is insane. And plus, all you're carrying is this. That's it. Fill your water bottles up and you're good to go. Got a brand new Rainfly for my Warbonnet Ridge Runner hammock. This thing is fantastic. I did a full review of this particular Rainfly and you can see that video right up here. So if you own a Warbonnet Ridge Runner or any bridge hammock, hell, any hammock, take a look at that review. You might learn some really, really cool stuff. I picked up a lightweight Z-seat. Sometimes I go on trips where they have benches and things to sit on at camp. I don't necessarily need to bring my chair, so I could shave some weight and just bring a simple sit pad. A lot of people have these. I like it so far. It works out really, really well. Bear line. I got some new bear line from Gossamer gear. Now this stuff is that coated Dynaglide. When you throw this up over a branch and you pull it, it slides a lot easier. There's much less friction on branches, allowing you to pull up your bear bag and lower it a lot easier. Now I have been using this stuff. It's just like a Reflectic standard cord and it worked just fine, but it had a lot of friction and I had to really crank down and sometimes bend the whole branch down to get it back. So replace this with this and it works very, very well. One of the big things that I'm also replacing on my Rainfly is the continuous Ridgeline. This is a Dutchware continuous Ridgeline. It's the Reflectic blue, so which means if you shine a light on it, you can see the reflection. The only problem is it's fraying like crazy at the point where I'm attaching it to the little wasp. So I replaced this with the Zing-It line. Zing-It is coated as well, so it shouldn't fray. It should allow the prusik knots to slide on it really easy too. So just a little bit of a switch out just to cure a little bit of a headache I had with my Ridgeline. One of the big things that I replaced that's been driving me crazy are my damn tent stakes. These are the stakes that I've used in the past. The standard, you've probably seen these at Walmart, little Y stakes, they bend. See that? That one's even got like a little S curve. And they're lightweight, I mean they hold, but they bend if you have tough soil or maybe some rocks to push through. This is the one that I've been using lately. And it's lightweight, it's titanium, but you can see that thing is bending, it's crimped right there, and it just doesn't work as well as I think it should. So I replaced these things with mini groundhogs by MSR. Now I've done a lot of experimenting. I've heard good things about the groundhog and I didn't think I needed it, but it seems like you try and test gear and you always come back to the same old reliable things that everyone told you to use in the first place. So I got the mini groundhogs. They got a little spiral pattern to them, but they hold and they're super, super light. They're like 11 grams a piece. No, like, I don't know how much. They're super, super light. Some new outer layers. This is the Outdoor Research Ferocity hoodie. Breathes really well. It's water resistant, but it gives you that little extra layer on cooler fall days when you're not expecting any major downpours or any major precipitation. But a nice, lightweight, versatile technical layer. This is a great hoodie. Lots of reviews on this on YouTube. Look it up. In the more sensitive areas, had some chafing issues on a couple of my trips, and I was researching, and all the suggestions I had were the Ex Officio boxers. These things are like $35 for one pair of boxers. Bit the bullet, bought them. haven't chafed since. These are going. These are my skivvies from here on out for hiking. New rain shell. I did replace my Outdoor Research Helium Hybrid rain jacket. It just wasn't as versatile as I wanted it to be. Ended up picking up the Black Diamond Stormline stretch rain jacket. This has performed really well. I did a review on this as well, and you can check the full review of this jacket right up here, so be sure to check it out. Hats. I've been wearing this hat for a long time, and it's lightweight, it dries fast, and what I didn't realize is that it's a waterproof hat, which is seemingly good. However, if you're hiking and you're sweating a lot, it doesn't let the moisture escape and evaporate off your head. I've always noticed that sweat would drip down the brim and drip down my neck, and it was kind of a pain in the ass. So I ended up going with a brand new hat, fully ventilated Outdoor Research Swift Cap. About 25 bucks at REI. I'm gonna get this out on the trail this coming weekend, so I'm really excited to keep my head cool and hopefully drier. The other good thing is I got this new Stuffsack, this new storage bag for my Warbonnet Ridge Runner spreader bars and for the tarp pole mods. This is a lightweight sack, weighs 0.4 ounces or 12 grams or something like that. Fits all of it perfectly, and it's lighter weight and it's high vis too, so I'll be able to see it, especially when I'm putting away things early in the morning or something like that. But a new stuff sack for my poles, for my spreader bars. This is gonna come in handy. Now the big things that you see here on the table, which is a big change from what I normally do, I'm a hammock camper. I love sleeping in hammocks. It's better for my back. It's more versatile. I just love it. But there are some trips that are gonna require me to go to the ground. So, ended up picking the REI Quarter Dome 3 tent. Now I could have gone with a 1-person or a 2-person, but if I'm backpacking with a tent, it's probably gonna be with someone else, and we'll be able to split the weight on this and carry it individually to help save that weight in our individual packs. Now, I've used it a couple times. It sets up really fast. It's very functional. It's got a lot of room for 2 people plus gear and, and even pets, I bet, too. But full review of this coming up. And like I said, I got a big trip coming up where I'm going to need this. The last 2 things that I have going on while going to the ground are going to be sleeping pads. Now, I picked up the Thermarest Uberlight, the lightest pad on the market right now. It's crazy light, crazy functional, and it's small. Look at that. But I slept on it, and it kind of pissed me off. So I ended up picking up the Nemo Tensor. Haven't tried this out yet, so these 2 are going to have a battle royale on some upcoming trips, and I'll tell you which one I'm going to go with and which one's going to go back to the store. This is all I have. This is all the new stuff for the 2019 backpacking season. If you have any questions on any of this gear, leave those questions down in the comments below. I'll leave links to all this stuff down in the description as well, so be sure to check those out. But that's all I got for you today. Be sure to get outside, enjoy this big, beautiful world that we all live in, and I'll see you next week, Wednesday.